Welcome to part 2 of River City Ransom EX. And in case you're wondering why my willpower got so freaking big, this game has a few new games that's only exclusive to this version. First of all, the game called the Entrees, which, by the way, have the highest payout of all the games in River City Ransom, aside from the actual internationals themselves. The Entrees will give you between $9 to $20 per goon that you defeat. I'm not kidding. That's all the more reason why you have such a, how should I put this? High price for all the techniques that Alex and Ryan need to learn. Because the Entrees, if you run into them a couple of times, they'll give you enough for those techniques. And aside from them, there's also the internationals and the mob, which actually give you a high amount of price. And again, I think that I stretched the screen out a little bit too far. Damn it. I can't win for nothing, can I? Because I was trying to stretch the screen so where I can actually have some of the dialogue not clip through, but I can't win for nothing. Anyway, what we're going to do while I'm trying to grind for money is practically show you what I was getting while I was off screen, and I just ran into a wall. But I'm gonna grab that chain, by the way. Really, I don't need to get the rockers right now. I just want to go on ahead and go back and show off how I got all of this. Because I promise you, it's not as hard as you think, because all these guys will give you lots of money, and by the time we're done with this random batch of grinding, there is one more mall that we have to go through before we actually go to River City itself. So there is that. Oh, and in case you're looking for moose, don't. Just saying, don't. After the cutscene, moose will be relocated. No, I am not kidding. Not only moose will be relocated, but after you deal with Rocko in the warehouse, so will he. So, just a word of warning to all you guys. I'm gonna go on ahead and, it was actually the pharmacy is the reason why I got all this stuff. But one of the things I ate was ducklets. And the ducklets actually increased my stamina. But that's not going to mean a damn thing, because while my stamina is through the roof, all of my other stats, they aren't worth a damn. I will tell you though, while people have speedrun this game to the point where all they have to do is just punch and kick the enemy, I'm not going for speedrun. I'm trying to make things a little bit more easier for everyone. But I will warn you though, I'm skipping a bunch of characters because I'm not supposed to have Ryan on my team if I want to get those characters. Or I'm not supposed to have Alex on my team either. It's supposed to be just Alex or just Ryan in order for those additional goons to show up. Because one of the guys that's supposed to show up is the leader of the generics. And he brings you 3 other generics. So if you already have Ryan on your team or Alex on your team, you're playing as Ryan, well, you're not going to be able to, get those guys on your team. And again, I should stress that there are some prerequisites to recruiting some people. One of which being Thor. Thor hates the zombies, so therefore if a zombie is on your team, well, he is not going to join you. Alternatively, if Thor is on your team, the zombies won't join you. None of them will. So, I'm just giving you the heads up on those. Yeah, there are certain prerequisites, and also it has a lot to do with reputation as well. And my reputation, sadly, is in the gutter because I kept giant swinging people off screen. So yeah, my reputation is seriously in the gutter, so if I do run into an enemy, they're not going to join my team. Plain and simple. And these are the dragons. They give you money, but and by the way, your party member can fall right off the cliff. But as I was saying, the dragons give you money, but they are actually high in defense, so you might want to be careful about that. That's why weapons work really well against these guys. Well, that's all of them. So let's go into that godforsaken warehouse and face the music, folks. Well, this is what I would say. If EX did not actually capitalize on what made River City Ransom had one of the most rage quit inducing moments, which is of course the WSL Warehouse. Why is it rage inducing? Because you had to jump over certain obstacles and you can't go through the walls. Well, obviously you can't go through the walls, and the walls is practically blocking the way. But yeah, you're gonna have a run-in with the mob. Each and every one of them has some sort of a different name, one of which being Hoffa, which is actually named after a legit gangster. Yeah, and also Tony, who is named after Tony Montana. And then there's Ugly. I'm trying to think of who he's named after, but you get the idea. Most of these guys are named after some random person. And by the way, they're all dressed in their high school uniforms instead of the normal t-shirt with pants that was in the original game. They were expecting you to literally change the name of your character, which by the way you will be able to, because it's actually a cheat. Yes, there are cheats involved with changing the name of your character that can max out your stats and max out the money you have, and also give you some really ridiculous flight, and not to mention some really ridiculous techniques, as in teleporting, flying, jumping incredibly high, things of that nature. But the fact that your name can be changed is something that is exclusive to this game. Hell, if you have enemies on your team, you can change their names too, and the game can be saved, but you can only save up to 8 people. Otherwise, you'll have to make room and delete some. I think it's up to 10 people? Yeah, you can only save up to 10 characters. And ironically enough, there's more than 10 characters in this game. Oh, and in case you're wondering who these guys are, they're the homeboys. They are the wannabe rappers. And they're so bad that when they die, they literally say bizarre. See? Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Now it's time for us to backtrack and leave this place because I am not fighting those guys. Those guys will really wreck my shit. If not me, it'll definitely wreck Riki's shit. I mean Ryan. Well, you get the idea as far as what they're named. But yeah, those guys will totally wreck my shit. They're pretty powerful this early in the game, and we haven't even gotten to the city where they have some of the best food and some of the best items in the game. Well, not really the best items in the game, no. The best items in the game actually comes from Merlin's shop. which basically gives you an RNG boost. I wouldn't risk it though, because it will put you in dire straits once the effects wear off. So yeah, we're gonna eat as much as we can, and when we do, we're gonna go straight over to the park, and we are going to beat the high holy hell out of Blade, who happens to be in the park. Yeah, give me them ducklets, or give me some fried rice. Yes. We shall increase that stamina until it's maxed out, but eventually I'm gonna have to eat everything so I can, well, twice or 15 times over, so I can max out all of my stats, because my stats max out at 128 apiece. And for the record, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to point out that all of your stats do not go to your partner. In fact, all of your stats only go solely to you. You can't even control your partner. And if you could, unfortunately, it would have to be in a link. Because this game, it does not encourage it does not encourage multiplayer. It encourages single player. So don't even bother trying to get a second Game Boy Advance so that you can play this. Don't even bother. Because it only has 3 players, all of which are in fact computers. So, well, actually 4 players, all of which are in fact computers. And sadly, this game will not see Xbox One. I don't know why, and it probably won't see PS4 either. I don't know why, because this actually was a pretty decent, game, to be honest with you. And honestly, it does need a console support. And by the way, this is Blade. Get used to seeing him, because he's also going to show up in the construction stand. But Blade hits like a truck. So I'm going to give you that only warning that you need. And again, things are going to be real different from before, because after I beat Blade, yeah, Turk will show up eventually. But for the most part, we just need to keep the beating going, and we're pretty much gotten Blade. Yeah, it takes a freak to know a freak. Well, we defeated Blade, and now we have access to Thor. So all we have to do is just get to him and beat him. And chances are we're going to have to do that in the tire company, which is also going to be a stage that has a lot of cliffs. Ugh. Sorry guys, I've been up all night, and I'm tired as hell. I just watched WrestleMania because of the time standard. I'm tired as hell. I partied, so yeah, that's explained why I'm a little bit, tired. But folks, I do believe we are done here. I'm gonna go on ahead and buy a nuclear spy in a fashion mag. I'm not gonna buy anything. In fact, I think we're going to stop right here, and in the next episode of River City Ransom, we're gonna go back to the warehouse and continue on and blaze past the halfway point of the game. I'll see you all next time. This is RFman 985. Peace out and take care.